PSEUDO-SECRETARY wants to censor public, a correction. Vision Press Production Commentary. On the Lord's Day, the 23rd of July, 2023 at 1 p.m., the Honorable Coalport Borough Council met at 961 Forest Street, Coalport Borough, Clearfield County, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania for a public meeting. In the Vision Press Production Commentary for the meeting, PSEUDO-SECRETARY was quoted to say, "That subject is not in the minutes." The correct statement of the PSEUDO-SECRETARY is, "That subject is not in the agenda, you cannot discuss the issue." Who prepares the agenda? According to the PSEUDO-SECRETARY in her final statement to the Honorable Council, "I forgot to put in the agenda the words to pay the bills." So, it appears the acting mayor/president pro tempore does not proofread the agenda. Does anyone on the Honorable Council have any control of the agenda? In the July 23rd meeting of the Honorable Council, the tax officer requested reimbursement for education for the amount of money of $190 for a 3-day seminar. The tax officer for the borough is required by statute to complete continuing education for the role of tax collector. The matter of education is not an option, it is a requirement by law. The mayor/president pro temp stated your request will be in the next agenda. Will the Honorable Council consider the required education for the tax officer? The request of the tax officer is a reasonable request, due to the fact, education is mandatory. In this vein of thought of education, the Honorable Council voted to pay for education for the borough worker to become a code enforcer, CE, for the borough. A mayor cannot enforce ordinances, a borough must have a code enforcer or police officer. Will this mean, with a new CE, councillors who violate the codification ordinance for tax payments for per capita revenue, that the 2 councillors will receive citation with penalties for each year they have not paid per capita taxes? The tax officer stated, "As long as I have been tax officer, 2 councillors have not paid per capita taxes. I have researched the matter of the 2 councillors, they have not paid per capita taxes for over 12 years. As tax officer, I believe this is tax evasion, a criminal offense. I look forward to working with the code enforcement officer to take the 2 councillors to court on the matter of tax evasion. Further, your tax officer believes the 2 councillors are thieves. Why, when taxes are not paid to the tax officer within a year, the tax officer is denied a lawful commission. The 2 councillors have never paid taxes to all the tax officers in the past. In my opinion, they are thieves, and in the case of non-payment of per capita taxes the 2 councillors are criminals. At the very least, their example is setting a pattern that each resident taxpayer has the right to emulate. Only half of honorable taxpayers pay the tax officer per capita taxes. That is a crime, in my opinion. In the matter of upcoming taxes for Glendale School District, taxpayers will need to send their taxes to the tax officer due to the fact the proposed borough office is unlawful, unsafe, and is not ADA compliant. All taxes shall be supplied to P.O. Box 125, Coalport, Pennsylvania, 16627. No taxes will be received at the Vision Press building, for it is a conflict of interest, a claim of the Honorable Solicitor. You cannot do Vision Press business with Coalport Borough business. As you will see in past Coalport Borough Council meetings, the PSEUDO-SECRETARY uses the statement, "That subject is not in the agenda, you cannot discuss the issue," as a monkey wrench to batter the Honorable Councillors in subjection to her alleged agenda. Who is creating the agenda? Appears no council has created the agenda. The pseudo-secretary, from evidence of past meetings, creates a whimsical agenda of her imagination and then strong-arms the council to comply with her desires, even to set her employment consideration, it appears. In the near future, interviews with the Emeritus President Joseph D. Nevling are in the planning stage. President Nevling has voiced his concern with acting mayors/pro temp. As President Nevling stated on July 25, 2023, the acting mayor has no vote on council. If the minutes of the Honorable Council reflect that acting mayor/pro temp has voted on an issue, his vote should be stricken from the record as moot. President Nevling in the planned interview will explain further in the coming weeks the role of the acting mayor due to the mayor's incapacity. In the meeting of July 23, the Honorable Jack D. Lang remarked in the meeting that, a resolution requires a roll call vote, wherein officially the pseudo-secretary is to record the vote of each honorable councillor by name and the yea or nay vote he or she verbosely casts in an official meeting. Vision Press Production, in Title 65 of the Consolidated Statutes of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, has read that the Honorable Jack D. Lang's remarks in the public meeting were true and correct. The Honorable Jack D. Lang is a former councillor, Beccaria, Coalport, Irvona, Municipal Authority, BCIMA, Director, and well versed in procedures of an honorable council or public meetings. He is a well-qualified pundit. As you will see in the July 23 meeting, the pseudo-secretary in her disgusting manner overrules the correct remarks of the Honorable Mr. Lang in a belligerent disrespectful manner. The pseudo-secretary has no say in official public meetings. If an objection to a matter is to be raised, the Honorable Chair or in the case of the Council, the President pro temp should share explanations or reasons why an action is not taken lawfully. The councillors sit, as deer in the headlights, with no acceptance or rejection comments of a public comment. The disrespecting pseudo-secretary, in her disgusting manner supersedes proper role of the Honorable Council and blurts out misinformation. Why is the pseudo-secretary, pseudo, because she does not know the scope of her role on council to the knowledge and belief of many residents who voice their opinion. How much time does the pseudo-secretary waste due to the inability to command skills with a keyboard for producing documents for council? Is she a two-finger typist? According to Title 65, honorable councils are only to hire qualified individuals for the role of secretary. How many words a minute does the pseudo-secretary type on a keyboard for producing official records? Vision Press Production believes the Honorable Council should, or the Personnel Committee Chairman should require a certified tester to examine the pseudo-secretary with a skills test for typing a test document. If the pseudo-secretary cannot type 45 words a minute, she should be dismissed as unqualified for the position of Borough Secretary, BS. Vision Press Production believes if a secretary is unqualified to be a typist for at least 45 words a minute, valuable secretarial time is being wasted and the taxpayers are suffering for a poor worker. Granting more time for an unqualified worker is a crime against taxpayers who are paying for inefficacy. Have you viewed the pseudo-secretary's office? Thank you for the privilege to share this instant commentary. Vision Press Production.